Hi guys, hope you all doing well. Now it's part 2 slow cooked beef, and I will show you how it's done and how you can do it yourself. Just watch until the end. Hi guys, hope you all doing well. It's Moustafa الطهي, and today I'm about to show you how to make the perfect roast beef dinner. So the piece of meat I have today is a top round beef, which is excellent for roasting, and it's amazing when you taste it after you cook it. So what I'm about doing now, that I'm tightening the meat with a rope, so in this way I can get it stopped from get it shrink or being in a funny shape. So once it's finished cooking, it will exactly look the same after from being a bit smaller. I'm just taking all the excess rope in case something missing inside the meat. So now a pan on a medium heat. And then we'll add the 1 teaspoon of black pepper seeds and teaspoon of cumin seed, a teaspoon of fennel seeds, and a teaspoon of rosemary. So you toast it for about 3 minutes to get it nice and smoky. So now if you can't see it, I can see it smoky right now. So we're gonna put it in the mixer. Now we'll add the curry leaf for about like 1/4 cup, and we're gonna blitz it all together. So this is the spice mix: 1/2 teaspoon chili powder and 1.5 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of coriander, 2 tablespoon curry powder, just a little hint of cinnamon, not too much because cinnamon is very strong, and quite 1.5 teaspoon of black coffee. This is the secret for my recipe today. This, when you take it to another level, once you taste it, it's gonna be absolutely amazing. So now I'm gonna add the 3/4 cup of olive oil, I'm gonna mix it all together now. So now I am gonna marinate the roast. I wish you can smell the smell. I'm getting it now. It's goes through to my nose. and then we'll add all the rest on top of the beef and then rub it very well. I'm trying to get all the roast beef covered with all the marinated, not one bit still unmarinated. The more being marinated, the more tasty you can get. So now I have to get it in your oven for 180 degrees for about 2 to 2.5 hours. So time's up. Now the roast, it looks absolutely stunning, and the smell, I can smell it now, it's delightful. So the stage of the roast now, it's a bit bloody in the middle, which is good for the Western people or Western country, because they like the meat a bit bloody in the middle. But as from the Middle East, most of the people here, they like it well done, or they like the piece of meat to be full apart. So in this recipe, I will show you how I can finish this piece of roast, cook it in the oven to get the best result out of it. So I have a grease paper, and then I rub it the roast nicely with the paper to make sure all the jus doesn't come out of the roast. So the result should be good, so it doesn't dry out. And then rub it again with a foil. You might be thinking, what is the best thing to go with the roast beef? So I have a variety of vegetables. I will show you now. Now we'll set the roast on the side, and I've got the variety of mixed vegetables. I've got 3 pieces of potato, roast potato. So I'll just cut it in chunk pieces. And we've got 5 pieces of carrot. We'll have a thick slice, so it can I want it, when it's finished cooked, I want it to be still holding the same shape, not like puree or fall apart. And 2 pieces of red onions. And fresh chili. It's optional for who like it and who doesn't, but I personally, I am addicted to chili. I apologize about the quality of the person who's shooting. Sorry, it was my wife and it was her first radio. So yeah, thank you, my wife. And then I've got 2 pieces of sweet pepper. So to be honest, I was about to marinate them, as you see, the oil and the herbs, but I changed my mind, because if you see all that fat juice come out of the roast, I will use it instead of wasting that. So I will use that as a marinated for all the roasted vegetables. But for the courgette, I will not do the courgette now, you will know why. So this is all the juice come out of the roast. I will use it for the vegetables. This has a tons of flavors. Just stir it very well, flip it or mix it or whatever. I'm a bit shitty with the language, excuse me. And then we'll add the tray and the roast back on. Back in the oven for 3 hours in low heat. Now after 3 hours, we'll take the tray out. Look at that color of the variety of vegetable. It looks fantastic. It's just smell aromatic. So that's why I didn't chop the courgette first, because courgette is very soft fiber vegetables and it doesn't take long to be cooked. So it takes no longer than 30 minutes in the oven. So that's why I didn't put in the beginning. Still chop it in chunk pieces again, and then we'll add it to the mix. Just get a spatula and then we'll stir it all to get it all covered, all that fat juice. So someone might be wondering why I'm making all that much of vegetables, because I'm making a large meal for the family, not just for me. Unfortunately, I'm not happy with it, because it's a big prep, a big cooking. So it's just like a long process to do it for a big family of 14-15 people. So yeah, now back in the oven for another half an hour. So now while we're waiting for the 30 minutes, we're gonna make the perfect rice ever. Aromatic colored Egyptian rice. So pan on, we'll add a little of olive oil, 1 piece of onion chopped in half, just keep it whole like that, don't slice it, 3 pieces of cloves garlic and 1 cinnamon stick. We'll add 100 grams of butter, unsalted butter. Now we'll add half a tablespoon of fennel seed. And then half a tablespoon of cumin seed. Then we'll fry it out. Just get that nice fragrant smell. Now we'll add the rice in. There is nothing worse than boiled rice. So the idea from toasting the rice is to get more flavor and to get it shiny and to get fluffy in the end. So there is non-sticky rice on this way. So please pay attention. Now I'm adding the salt. I'm gonna add a little bit more. And then so you're gonna have to keep stir the rice like each 30 seconds, otherwise you're gonna be burned from the bottom. It's such a quick thing to be burned. Please guys, if you like what I'm doing, just give me a thumbs up and subscribe to give me support. And now you might be wondering, well, when is the right moment to add the liquid in? So here it is. So you're gonna have to touch the rice yourself with your hand, and if you can feel the heat with your finger, you will know this is the right moment you can add the liquid. But if it's not, you're gonna have to wait a little bit more. Don't wait until it burns your finger, just heat it up, and then you're gonna realize this is the right stage. Then you can add the liquid in. And every 1 cup rice is 1.5 cup water. Doesn't matter how big the size or small is, just 1 time rice, 1.5 time water. So in this recipe I'm adding 1.5 cup of full cream milk, just to get that nice creamy texture in the end. Now we'll add the lid back on and let it boil for about 2 minutes and reduce the heat for another 20 minutes. So for whoever want to do 2 different colored of rice, to make like a colored rice, here it is. So you'll bring a pan on a medium heat, 1/2 cup water and 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, and of course a pinch of salt. So you just reduce the liquid by half, just to evaluate the flavor with the water. Now rice is done. You're gonna have to put the turmeric sauce in. You're gonna spread the sauce in like 5 or 6 times with the tablespoon. To get a good color, don't put the turmeric or the sauce next to each other. Just put 1 spoon, leave a space, and then another spoon, and then leave a space. So you might not see the result, or it doesn't make any much difference right now, but you will see in the end. Trust me, I've done it 10 times before. So now I'm gonna put the lid back on and let it rest for 20 minutes. So now the roast and the vegetables is done. I don't know why my wife, she's shaking while she's shooting me. So one thing you should not do is you cannot serve the roast right now. You're gonna have to let it rest. You have to let all that tissue to get relaxed and get that moisture out of the roast. So I'm gonna leave it on top of the tray for about 20 minutes to get it cooled down a little bit. Now it's the time and the roast is being cooled down. It's still very hot. Oh man, it does smell spectacular. There is one little mistake though. When I open the foil, the steak is upside down and it should be other way. But it's okay, no problem. Look at that, mate. And as always, don't waste anything that render fat. Just use it for the vegetables. You wouldn't believe how much flavor in that stew. And now we're gonna have to take the rub off the roast. And just be focused when you take it off. There is nothing worse than serve a roast with a piece of rub inside. So guys, that was my wife, her first radio. She's never shooting before. It should be recording from the right angle, but I will show you now. I will just accept my wife. Anyway, so look at that slice, look at that beef fall apart, how juicy that is. Look at that rice now. Look at that colored rice. Fragrant, colorful, beautiful, fluffy and shiny, and with the creamiest because the cream milk. Look at that rice, mate. This is 100% succeed rice recipe. Now we'll add the roast vegetable. For me, I would say the roast vegetables and the beef is good enough for a meal. But here I'm making a big batch for a big family, and they said, we want rice. I said, yeah, no problem. Roast in. I'll get some of the vegetable jus to make it a bit representable, and here it is. I'm dying to dig in. Hope you guys enjoy the recipe. Please, if you like it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. We'll see you soon.